It's time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning and we're talking success.
Hello, Soul family. Jordan Peterson coming at you live from our Soul Studios here in Pleasant Grove, Utah. So good to be back with you again today. Today is September 22nd, and as it's been mentioned on our chat already, it's the first day of fall. Can you believe it? We are here, which means right around the corners, all the holidays, winter, first of the year, New Year's, all that stuff. It's like coming at us so quickly. 2025 is basically over, and we got a lot of time to get things done still, so we love it. Lydia says, I love this time of year where weather stays cool and the sun is still out. Happy Monday, and that is what we love to see. If you haven't already, chime in. Let us know what you got going on. Here on my left is our chat board, so I'm able to see everything you guys are saying. And if you don't say anything at all, I don't know you're there, and so you can't have your name put into the bucket of fun to see if you can win. So it's so good to have you out there. Say hello. Let us know what you're up to. We got a few items here that we're giving away today. First off, we've got our water bottle, our Soul Naturals branded water bottle. This one is awesome. It's small enough to take with you wherever you go, whatever you got going on. Stay hydrated. This is what you need. And then, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not, this is a fantastic mystery box. So we've got some good items in here as well. Surprises are always fun, so let's see if we can get you taken care of. All right. Sounds good. Well, as you know, we always love to start off this show with our success keys to let you know what other people are doing to find success, see those little things that might be something you want to put into your own work schedule and things that you're doing just to see if you can help take yourself to that next level, whatever level that might be for you. Today's success key is what we call Promo Pro. And a Promo Pro is somebody who is communicating with those that they brought into the Soul family to the point that when a promotion is run, perhaps like the one that's being run today, it allows them to know about it. And it gives you a great opportunity to touch base with them, to talk with them, to keep them in a loop. And then for those that end up purchasing, it just is a great cost-effective way to be able to use the Soul products and get the results they're looking for. So with today's Promo Pro, this is those that have shared with at least 3 people that purchased from our last promotion. And let's jump into this right now. We're starting off with Anita Carpenter. We also have Aurora Calvillo, Claudia Marin, Claudia Mota as well, no relation, Debbie Cockburn. We have Denise Norbit down in Texas. We got Orlando Nunez as well, Hugh Jenkins. We have Kimberly Bourne out in California, Chris DeVilliers down in Louisiana, Lydia Ferrentino, or 100K out there in North Carolina. We've got Maria Ramirez as well, Matilde Mena, and Pat Al-Hakim. Guys, what a great group of people that are sharing stuff. And that leads me to what we're kind of talk about a little bit today, but we have a great promotion going on today. It gives you an opportunity to reach out to individuals and let them know what we've got going on. It's our Give 20, Get 20. And the way this works, with our Share the Wealth, it's usually give 10, get 10. We're going to double that for this week only. So it starts today, September 22nd, goes through September 26th, which is Friday. As long as a new enrollment purchases at least $65 worth of product, which is well below our average enrollment order, it allows them to get $20 off of that order. And it gives you $20 in your Soul Rewards for you to be able to use on a future standard order, which is a great way to do it. That allows, if you have anybody in your group that says, man, I'd like to purchase more often, or I just like to buy more product or do whatever I need to do, but right now I just don't have the funds for it. This is a fantastic way to get money in their pocket in 2 separate ways. Number 1, when they enroll new people, what do they get? A Soul Quick bonus, right? They get that Soul Quick almost immediately within a day. So they're able to have some money in their Soul wallet. They can use it to purchase product, or they can have it sent to their bank account and they can do whatever they want with it there as well. And then on top of that, they also get the $20 in Soul Rewards, that product credit that they can then use on their next standard order. And it can even be the next day if they want, right? They sign somebody up today, get it taken care of. They see the Soul Rewards go into their Soul Rewards bank. and then they're going to be able to see that account continue to grow. They're going to be able to place a standard order, use those immediately, save money. Most cost-effective way to do it, guys. There's no better way. So let's make sure we're reaching out to everybody, talking to them, sharing the wealth of health that we have here at Soul Naturals, and it's going to put you in a great spot. Again, that starts today. It's already going. You should have seen an email already. And from there, it goes through the end of Friday. So make sure you're checking that out and being a part of that. Let your people know. I guarantee you there's somebody in your organization that does not know about this. So make sure they know about it, share it. It works as well for specialists as it does for members. So it's just a great way to do it. So reach out, let them know all about it. Sound good? All right. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about an adventure I had over the weekend. Where I'm at my community right now, I work with a lot of youth through our church. And we decided to do a crazy thing. There's this really high peak that's just to the east of us in those mountain ranges. If you've ever been to Utah, you know we have those mountain ranges to the east of us. And when you come to Ignite in October, you'll be able to see that mountain range. It's called the Wasatch Mountain Range. And one of the higher peaks on it is called Box Elder Peak. The elevation is about just over 11,000 feet, about 11,100 feet above sea level. And it kind of stands up by itself and alone. And I've always thought, man, I'd love to climb up there and see that. So I invited all these different kids in our community to come do it with me, just to see who'd be willing to do it. And of course, a lot have excuses, right? They have football games, they have other sports going on. They don't want to wake up early to do it. There's a lot of things going on. But then when you show up to the trailhead, all of a sudden we have a nice group of individuals that decide they want to be a part of this crazy thing. And as I was talking to others as we were getting ready to do this, they're like, why are you doing something like this? Why? And I said, well, I want them just to learn how to do hard things. There's a lot that goes into a long hike where you just kind of got to go through it and just work through whatever you've got going on in between your ears. And so, and when we talk about a long hike, this is about 13.4 miles round trip. You gain 5,500 feet of elevation, right? There's just a lot going on with this. And the trail looks a lot like this. This is up towards the top. I took this picture. I didn't take any pictures of the kids or anybody else because I know that I don't have permission to share that on YouTube, and I know you guys are going to look at this and share it with everybody. So we decided not to do that. But this is kind of coming up on the back side of the peak. This is not the peak in front of us that we hiked, but you see the trail heading straight at it, and then that trail is going to go up, gain a little bit of elevation, and then take a right. You're going to go around the right side of the screen where all those pine trees are. That trail cuts across there, cuts across the face of it, and then it comes back up and pops up on top. Now let's go to this next slide here. Once you get to the top here, it looks a lot. Oh, it looks like it's not going to want to play with us right now. But once you get up to the top there, it's just this rocky, mountainous peak, clear up on the top, and you get this great view of the whole valley. And it's quite exhilarating, as you can see here now. On the left-hand side, this is looking over to the east. And down below in the bottom on the left-hand side, you see a reservoir called Silver Lake Flat Reservoir. For those who have come out before, I've taken up Betty and Ashley Brannon and a few others up to that to check it out during the fall. Down below that to the right, you can see a little bit of a sliver right above that little mountain peak above it. And that's Tibble Fork Reservoir. When we had a leadership retreat here once, we took people up and we had a good time there checking out the water there. You can see how low that is. Feels like when you're up there, you're clearing the top of the mountains until you get above them and see. The picture on the right, that's me looking towards the south. You can see Utah Lake down on the bottom. That's where our office building is. And then right behind my head, that kind of steep peak in the background, in the kind of the horizon there, that's Mount Timpanogos. And so when you come to the office or here in Utah, you can see that really tall mountain peak. We're about eye level with it on top of this peak I'm on. And you can see it's just kind of a rugged country that we're in. And then lastly, this last picture here, wanted to show you, if you can see on the very tip top of that, there's a group of people up there. There were some individuals that were down in the valley that were looking up there with their spotting scopes and their telescopes to see if they could see us up there. And you could see that there's a bunch of little people up there. This gives you a pretty good idea of what that peak looks like. It's a pretty rugged, rocky peak, and you kind of come up on the right side of it, and you can see how steep it is coming up that right side. The trail's actually a little bit better than it looks like here, but it's still quite an adventure, and it's still a rough thing to do. Now, why do we do stuff like this, right? That's a really good question. I've been asking myself this a lot, and going into it, I was asking myself this because there's so many different things you can do to teach people how to do hard things. The thing I really enjoy about doing a long, hard hike like this is you just have to get over yourself a little bit. You have those natural thoughts of, man, I've come far enough. I've seen enough. I can stop here. Or I don't know if I can do this anymore. So I'm just going to stop. I'm done. And then you kind of go through the why am I doing this thing? My body hurts. There's really no great reason to do this other than just to say you've done it. So why am I pushing myself to this point where it's just hard and it's sore? I'm thirsty. I'm tired. Maybe it's hard to breathe because of the altitude. Man, there's just a lot of things that go through your mind, and you have a long time to do it. The faster groups did it in 6.5, 7 hours. There was one group I was super proud of that just kept plugging away, although it was really difficult. It took them over 12 hours to get up and back again. And man, there's just a lot that goes through your mind in that time. And the reason why we do that is kind of my message today. This was given by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Joe Dispenza is a researcher of epigenetics, quantum physics, neuroscience. He really understands how the mind works. He's written quite a few books on this sort of stuff. And he posed the question, how many thoughts do you think about every single day? So those who are on live with us today, how many thoughts, different thoughts, do you think you have every single day? Let's start typing that in a little bit. I found this to be interesting because I had no idea. Like when you think about it, you're like, I have no idea. And what you'll probably find is the first person to start typing in is going to set kind of a benchmark for you, and you're going to look at it and go, I don't know, how many do I have every day? Because we have Jaleva who comes in and says 60,000. Then Dolores is at 300. Maria says 3,000. Terry Sanders says 100,000. We've got a lot. Eric Patterson says 25,000. I love it, right? There's so many different answers there and so many different ways to go. Corinne Lott says lots, right? I love it. Anita says 85,000, 50,000, 1,000 different thoughts. Well, they say there's a pretty good consensus on this, actually. They say most people think between 60 and 70,000 different thoughts a day. 60 and 70,000 different thoughts a day. And so then the question was asked, well, how many of these thoughts are the same thoughts as you had the day before? And that was really interesting to me because I think sometimes we get in this loop where we're kind of thinking through the same things every day and there's not a huge variance in what we've got going on. So what is the percentage of different thoughts we have the day before? They say that 90% of those thoughts are the same before. So let's take the average. They said between 60 and 70,000 thoughts. Let's go with 65,000. And if you're having 90% of the same thoughts every single day, how many thoughts are you having that are the same as the day before? 58,500. Okay, 58,500, which leaves you 6,500 different thoughts that you've had today than you did the day before, which makes sense. There's new experiences you do each day, so you're going to think through different things each day. But the vast majority, 58,500 thoughts that you're going to have today are the same thoughts you had the day before, and the same thoughts that you had the day before that. And you can see that we kind of get in this loop. Dr. Joe Dispenza gives a great analogy of this. He says, the same thoughts lead to the same choices. The same choices lead to the same behaviors. The same behaviors create the same experiences. The same experiences produce the same feelings and same emotions. And those same emotions drive your very same thoughts. So you can see how we get in this loop, right? It says you're made up of how you act, how you think, and how you feel. And how you act, how you think, and how you feel is who you are. It creates your personality, which then creates your personal reality. So why do we do hard things, right? Talking with these youth, I said, we're going to just beat ourselves up a bit today just to give ourselves some new thoughts and get ourselves out of some of the same loops that we're caught in and day out. Those thoughts of, man, this is hard, I'm going to quit, and I just can't do this anymore. Why am I doing this? Nobody cares whether or not I do this. Why do I push myself? I hurt. I should stop. You get in these thoughts where your mind just keeps going over and over again, especially when you're hiking. It's like the same thoughts over and over again. And we just wanted to learn that we can put ourselves outside of those. Just because we have those thoughts Doesn't mean we have to make those same choices over and over again. Our body's telling us to quit. Let's just go 2 more steps and then stop. Some of these youth, you say, hey, let's take 10 steps. After 10 steps, we'll be able to rest for a minute. And so you would do that. And you just keep stacking that over and over and over again until they accomplish the thing they're looking to accomplish. And the funny thing about it is some go, man, that was great. I would absolutely never do that again, but it was worth doing once, and I'm so glad I did it. Others say, worst experience of my life, never want to do it again. We say, that's great, but now that we've done something hard, you know you can do hard things. So when that next hard thing comes up in front of you, you can say, I can accomplish this. I've already done something hard like this before. In fact, that other thing that I did was probably harder than this thing, which means for sure I can accomplish this, and we can continue to move forward, right? And that's why we do these hard things. So think about what you've got going on in your own life. I'm positive, especially for those who've been with us for a long time, those thoughts that we have about what we're doing in soul are the same ones, right? They just keep regurgitating and revolving and going around and around and around in our minds. 58,500 of those same thoughts every single day. How do we break out of that? How do we put ourselves in a position to be able to move forward, create new thoughts, which at the end, as we know, creates new choices, which creates new behaviors, which creates new experiences, which creates new feelings and new emotions, which then creates new thoughts again. And it gets us in a great new circle and great new pattern that puts us in a spot to be able to accomplish the great things that we're doing, right? Jenny says, that's why most people keep living the same emotions and behaviors. If we want to create a new life, we need to become aware and choose new thoughts, right? Lydia says, you cannot expect to get different results if you do the same, whether it be thoughts or actions or feelings. Crazy how that works, right? Deborah says, line upon line, precept upon precept. Absolutely. Seashell Pony, so unless you change your thoughts, you won't change your life. You'll be stuck in the same cycle, right? And Rachel says, one reason we need to hike with someone who encourages us to continue, right? We need to surround ourselves with encouragers. Absolutely, right? If you have that team, which is what we love so much about our soul family, not only do we have people in our soul family that are great encouragers, we have those that have gone before that can say, hey, it's worth getting to the top. Keep pushing, keep doing those little things. One foot after another, you will be able to get there. Just keep finding new people, keep being consistent in your efforts, and you're going to find great things, right? Jenny says we should combine a clear intention, a new thought, with an elevated emotion, a new feeling, and repeat it. Abinay says we have to change our focus, and Maria says change our thoughts to change our life. No question about it, right? And so you need to ask yourself then, what are the repeated actions I'm doing each day that aren't getting me the results that I want? How do I change my thoughts about those actions so that I can create new thoughts, which creates new behaviors and new feelings and new actions, which will inevitably create that new life, that new personal reality for us so we can put ourselves in a great new spot. The thing I love about this, though, is in a couple weeks, we have coming up an Ignite event. Events are a great opportunity to just take ourselves out of the normal, the mundane, the usual life we're living and be around people who are really focused on becoming better. It allows us to have those new thoughts, to create those new behaviors, right? And puts us in a better spot. So make sure that you're inviting people to come with you, come be with us. It's not too late to sign up, for Pete's sake. Come be with us. And we're going to see some great things that are going to come from that. Sound good? And at the end of the day, whether you're doing a new hike or just pushing yourself to the limits, I'll tell you what, we have some fantastic products that help with that. Either your Soulflex PI or Soulflex AC cream. These have been my best friend the last couple days. Just trying to work through all the different breakdown of the body as we put ourselves in positions that just help us to refocus a little bit. Little therapy between the years is what we like to call it, right? So that's my challenge to you today, you guys. Let's get you out of here so you can go out and conquer the world, because I know you got great things going on today. We've got our bottle, we've got our mystery box, and we've got a whole bowl, I was going to say a bag, a bowl full of names. And let's do this. Minnie says, they're my best friends too. Absolutely. Here we go. The first winner of the bottle is Julianne Clark. Julianne Clark, you got yourself a new bottle. We'll get that sent out to you today. And we also have the mystery box. Who's winning the mystery box? Eric Patterson. Eric Patterson, you got yourself the mystery box. Guys, it is so good to be with you today. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. We're about 2/3 of the way done with the month, so let's make sure we push really hard and accomplish those great things that we're looking to accomplish through the end of the month, you guys. As always, keep sharing the soul. We sure love you, and we'll see you again soon.